finish. And depending on how he diffuses the opener is going to determine how many cooldowns Kajn can get out of balanced. So if Vilaye chooses to Trinket the first kidney shot, land a fear onto both DPS, that's generally the safest strategy I've seen for the Shadow Priest on the Holy Paladin Shatter against Rogue Mage Druid. If they sit through that full kidney shot, they just fall so far behind, they end up having to disperse, overlap Avenging Wrath, and they run too many cooldowns into the ground. So let's see if Vilaye can handle the pressure. On the opposite side, though, Kajn red buff is going to be set up on with the Horrify Hodge combination with the Deep Freeze onto Doomsen, just over and over, repetitively going after Kajn, trying to get his Trinket Cloak, then trying to get Doomsen's Trinket. And then if Titarie ends up using his Ice Blocks to save his partners by breaking CC, then he's a viable swap target. So all three players are viable targets for balance. But the sap already landed onto Vilaye, rotates that onto Healingstat, full kidney shot onto Vilaye, Frostjaw onto Raiku, 3v1 situation onto him already. He's trying to sit through it. He did pre-power word shield it. There's the Trinket into the double fear. Full poly onto Doomsen, looking to set up onto Titarie for the time being. Double Ice Nova comes out. Hodge onto Kajn, now a 3v1 situation onto Titarie, trying to stay alive with these defensive polymorphs onto Raiku, and he's line of sighting here. Now into the Horrify. Doomsen gets silenced, down to 15%. He's going to Ice Block, immediately gouge onto Vilaye's Mass Dispel. Good shutdown from Kajn red buff to interrupt that Mass Dispel. Titarie desperately needed to sit through that Ice Block to get topped off. Now trying to rotate some pressure onto Vilaye, and Vilaye's standing right on top of Doomsen, maybe looking to land a fear here shortly. Now pulling back to Healingstat side. Raiku gets poly, Deep Freeze onto Healingstat, but Titarie gets feared with Kajn, and Titarie is trying to get some polymorphs, but he's just not able to. Vilaye gets bopped out of the full kidney shot. Titarie could be in trouble here. Comet Storm comes down. He blinks back defensively. Doomsen at his side, having to use his Trinket as well. And now in a situation where Doomsen has no Trinket, this could be the end for Kajn Trinket on the next setup. Doomsen trying to keep full hots rolling for the entire time here. One more Ice Block available for Titarie. Kajn overextending a little bit, trying to poke in and out so he gets hots and can build up combo points without overextending. He goes for the full blind. Kidney shot onto Vilaye. Healingstat Trinkets, uses the sacrifice onto the killing spree. Will it be enough damage reduction is the question. Smoke Bomb comes down, but Healingstat's already in it with the Avenging Wrath up, healing him very large amounts right now. Raiku goes in with the Blazing Speed. Deep Freeze goes for the Ring of Frost, gets corroded on it. Kajn red buff all over the place, shutting down the CC left and right. Now Raiku into the full clone, full poly onto Healingstat. Vilaye trying to Mass Dispel it desperately. The full clone follow-up. Vilaye could be in trouble. Kajn Trinket making a huge turnaround. Vilaye down to 27%, has to use that dispersion, and suddenly Kajn Trinket is caught up on cooldowns. He even clones Vilaye at low HP. Can they rotate the CC over? They land the half Frostjaw. The clone is fading. They need to get some more damage in here very quickly. The Aura Master gets popped for Healingstat. He doesn't want to deal with the counterspell out from Titarie. Raiku getting defensively polymorphed on the Deep Freeze. Doomsen is going to get shut down. Good shutdown by Titarie onto Raiku there. Kajn trying to push up here once again. Cheap shot onto Raiku, moving forward to try and stunlock Vilaye here shortly, but Kajn gets stunned behind the pillar. Pre-Iron Bark comes out from Doomsen. Well-timed, is going to reduce a lot of damage, but they held on to it. Now they're swapping it over to Titarie. Down to 40%, down to 38%, trying to blink and line of sight the incoming damage, and Doomsen healing him up, doing a good job. Now kidney shot onto Vilaye. Full poly landed onto Healingstat. Vilaye goes for the power word shield. Fade tries to reduce as much damage as he can, but he gets cloned up at low HP. Can Doomsen rotate the clone in time? He's going for it. He lands the full clone. Full poly onto Raiku. 3v1 situation onto Vilaye. He's trying to go for the Master Spell, not able to get it. At the same time, though, Doomsen gets full polymorph. They're trying to rotate some pressure onto Titarie. He's trying to line of sight. He gets Ice Nova in place, trying to line of sight the incoming damage. Doomsen finally leaving CC, though, will stabilize his team completely. Titarie has his Deep Freeze available. He wants to make something happen. Gouge on the Healingstat. Unfortunately, that's going to DR the polymorph. I don't really agree with that, and Vilaye got the bop onto the full kidney shot. So a bit of a mistimed setup from Kajn is going to put them behind slightly here. And Titarie gets locked on that poly. He's not going to be able to interrupt the incoming Deep Sheep onto Doomsen. It lands full. Doomsen Trinkets immediately dispels the Horrify, but into a silence. Titarie has one more block remaining. Will he be able to get it off is the question. He's trying to hold on to it, playing very greedily with these polymorphs onto Raiku, but he manages to hold on to it. Now he's got 2 blocks available. Kajn red buff has Trinket Cloak of Shadows. Kajn Trinket are feeling very confident overall right now. They need to get through Healingstats Trinket once again, though, as well. It looks like a hard cooldown to get through at the time being with no blind just yet. Healingstat down to 50% mana. I don't think mana is going to be a huge factor, though. Full defreeze on the Healingstat with a full clone onto Raiku. Good 3v1 situation onto Vilaye. He does get kicked on the Mass Dispel. Well played from Kajn. There goes the Garrote Silence, trying to set up some big damage. Healingstat pops the Avenging Wrath, gets a huge Execution Sentence heal to top off Vilaye, but Doomsen's there with the follow-up. It looks like they actually might even going to swap over to Doomsen. He gets put into the Horrify, into the full silence. He Barkskins, he Shadow Melds, going to Bear Form, trying to kite away. He gets full Deep Frozen, though. They're not giving up the hunt onto Doomsen. Now into the half-yard Hodge. Vilaye getting polymorphed, though, over and over. Do they have enough damage? Doomsen goes for a clone in the face of death at 5%, and he somehow stays alive because of it. Now spamming himself back to full, and they make a reversal onto Vilaye, getting the dispersion out from him, and CC is still coming in hot onto Healingstat. Killing spree comes out from Kajn, trying to end the game onto Vilaye. Defensive polymorphs onto Raiku, full blind onto Healingstat. Trinkets that immediately. He doesn't have any big cooldowns right now to pick up Vilaye. He's got to hard cast some heals, but he has to deal with Kajn's kick. I think he fake cast the kick. He's spamming the heals to top off Vilaye. They're going for another setup onto Doomsen. He's caught with no trinket, no skin, into the full defreeze, and I think that's going to be his life. Defensive smoke bomb comes down, but there's too much damage with too little time. Balanced, going to take game number 1 over Kajn Trinket. GG. Well played.